to all of you, thank you for being here and sticking around. I know that it ran a little long, but appreciate the indulgence that you all gave us tonight. All right, we'll take a few questions and then I'll go back and try to meet some more of these supporters. All right, who's up?
Mayor Demings, Greg Rhodes, WDBO. I was wondering, as a state that has now more than 1 million Republicans more than Democrats as registered voters, what makes you think that you're the one that can bridge the gap?
Well, there are more people who are registered voters than there are Republicans. So there's a path there. And I believe that we're going to get some Republicans to vote for us as well. We'll get some of the other minor parties, we'll get many of the no party affiliates to vote for us, and we're going to certainly get the majority, if not all of the Democrats to vote for us. So there's a path to get through that. So I'm extremely optimistic because of the reception that I have. I've always gotten bipartisan support in all of my elections. Obviously, as mayor of Orange County, I now serve in a nonpartisan role. I wouldn't be mayor today if I didn't get some people other than those in my party who supported me. As sheriff, I was on the ballot 5 times, and out of those 5 different elections, 3 general elections, 2 primaries, I won by landslides in all of them, and that wouldn't have happened if I didn't get some crossover votes. All right.
Mr. Mayor, obviously everybody here knows you pretty well. As you've kind of thought about this, I would imagine you've had conversations around the state. How have those gone, and how do you intend to introduce yourself to people outside of the Orlando area?
Yeah, I have been traveling the state, speaking at different organizations, meeting with different constituency groups, by the way, at their request. And this has actually been going on now a year or 2. As a result of that, there was a steady drumbeat that got louder and louder from people around the state who asked me to get in this race. They convinced me to run. I didn't decide that I was going to run and then convince them to support me. It was the other way around. So I count that as a blessing to have so many people around the state who believe that my skill set is one that is needed now in the next government.
As you've watched the politics of the state, was there a moment or was there any specific time that kind of pushed you over the line to get in this race?
There have been multiple moments. You know, the Tallahassee has not worked well with local governments across the entire state of Florida. They have preempted local governments from making decisions for themselves on numerous occasions. I'm very active with the different state associations, and in particular the Florida Association of Counties. I serve in a leadership role. I work with the elected officials from the counties throughout the state of Florida. We're all frustrated by it, and some of them are certainly Republican about it. They're frustrated with the preemptions that have been occurring and the diminishing of the authority of local elected officials. So there needs to be some bridging of the gap there. This current administration has not shown themselves willing to do that. So I'm going to run to be the people's governor and work with every level of government. Government works best when both the federal, state, and local governments work together, regardless of whatever political affiliation it is. In my 4.5 decades of public service, when I've been serving people, I've never ever asked one of them that I was serving, are you a Democrat, are you a Republican? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we should be taking care of all the people in the great state of Florida. All right, next question.
Mayor, you'll be going up against David Jolly, Byron Donalds. Here's names that are known a little bit more statewide. How do you think you'll compete with them?
I'll compete well. I'm up to the task. Listen, my first election as sheriff, people didn't think I would win then. I won, not once, but 5 times as sheriff. And certainly here I am standing today as an Orange County mayor. There had never been a person who had my particular hue who had served in that role. So if I listened to the naysayers, I would never do some of the things that we've done. But because of my style of leadership, I've been able to be someone who is attracted to both parties. And I will tell you that I don't know who will be standing at the end. Certainly right today there may be a primary in August of next year. and then there's a general election. Some people presume that certain persons are the front runners, but somehow you don't bank on that. There are a lot of unknowns and things that could occur that could change who are the ones that will ultimately be on the ballot during the general election. I intend to be on the ballot during the general election. We're building this campaign. It's going to be a campaign that resonates with grassroots individuals across the state of Florida, from all parts of the state. Tonight, there were people who traveled here from all corners, from the Panhandle, from South Florida, from the West Coast, from Jacksonville. They are here tonight and they came up to support us. So it's that type of organic growth that you're going to see in the momentum behind this campaign.
Mayor, walk us through the next few weeks. Do you have plans to do other rallies? Are you doing town halls? I know you're going to continue to serve your time as mayor, but walk us through what this campaign will look like.
Yes, I'll be really busy, and what this campaign will look like is I will be traveling the state, all parts of the state. I'll be listening. I'll be on a listening tour, because part of what we have to do is listen to people who want to be heard. Now, I've started with some key areas that are of focus to me because of my experience as a local leader. I'm well experienced in that regard, and again, as I said, I'm very active with the Florida Association of Counties, the National Association of Counties, and some other organizations where we have common issues amongst the elected leaders at the local and the national level. So I have some feedback from them, but there's nothing like going into every community and getting feedback from the people who live in those communities in Florida, but what they believe are the most important issues. And so I'll validate some of the assumptions that we made at this point. There's polling that's been done that gives me some credibility with the issues that I see, but there may be others. The real key is going to be, what are the solutions to those challenges? Many of the solutions to the challenges that we have are of a fiscal nature. It costs money to address them. In some cases, it means redefining and reallocating funds to address the most difficult issues. And so my experience now as a local leader and being involved in politics across our state will serve me well.
Mayor, you're part of a power couple. How will you use your wife on the campaign trail?
Well, like every elected official, you have to depend on your family. My wife is experienced. She's run statewide before. She is well known all over this country. She's well known all over the state of Florida. I count that as a blessing to have her in my corner because she will be a good confidant, a good advisor. I have been out on the campaign trail with her when she was running statewide before. I learned some things from that process as well that will help me in this campaign as well.
How do you intend to balance your time as mayor, and I would imagine running statewide is probably a full-time job in and of itself?
Being mayor is a full-time job, and I have given it all. I've often worked 7 days a week for months without taking a job. I believe that at this point, I've trained and built up my team of leaders at Orange County who are well experienced to help take charge while I may be away. I'm still doing the people's work for Orange County, even as I'm running for governor, because the issues in Orange County are important, which have required me at times to fight with the leadership in Tallahassee when they were not treating Orange County right. So rather than sit on the sidelines, I've chosen to get into the arena to make certain that we bring some balance so we get treated fairly. Just because Orange County is perceived as a blue county, sometimes this administration ignores Orange County residents, and that's not right.
What do you see as Byron Donald's weaknesses in this race, assuming, it's the two of you up against each other at the end?
I don't know Byron Donalds, but what I can tell you is this. Byron Donalds has never been a crisis manager or leader. He has never worked at this granular level, from being a beat cop to where I'm sitting today, wrestling with the issues that average Floridians have to deal with. He's not done that. He's in Washington, D.C. There's a distinct difference between my crisis management skills. It's easier to lead when everything is going well. It's difficult to lead when things are going poorly. I've had to lead through all of those circumstances, from terror attacks to mass shooting situations to dealing with hurricanes to leading during a global pandemic. I've been on the ground. There's no substitute for experience. That's a big difference between he and I. If he's the one that I get to face in November, so be it. If it's not him, whoever it will be, so be it.
A message to
All
the
right.
voters? A message to all the voters and all the Floridians?
Yes, I'm going to listen to our voters. My style of leadership has been, since I've been mayor, I think it's probably been 7 times where I've created these task forces where I have empaneled just average citizens or persons with a certain interest in areas to give me advice and give the Board of County Commission advice. And whenever I've done those task forces, I was willing to live with whatever advice they gave, or direction or recommendations that they made. As a governor, you'll see me do that in various ways, to not just depend on what I'm hearing out of the political arena, but what I'm hearing from people who are really living through these various life experiences. I will be there with them, and I'll empanel them to help give us guidance on doing the type of things that they deserve, what they want to see in their local and their statewide elected officials. So thank you all tonight. I'm glad to be here. We'll be talking to y'all much more. I did probably 10 media interviews today. I got some tomorrow, and